Hey, alright, can you hear me? I'm gone. Anybody watching? Let's see. Doesn't say anybody's on. So, anyway, I'm just gonna talk about Magic for a few minutes. Where's the frick's my phone? Here it is. Anyway, hi everybody, this is ENG. And today I wanted to wish Murdoch from Gorillaz a happy birthday. And talk about two of my favorite things. Magic, D&D, Pokemon, Gorillaz, pretty much everything. Yeah, I'm here today to answer some questions, and I'm still very camera shy, so yeah. This is my Simic poster. I'm going to be doing live streams sitting this way from now on, rather than playing my Xbox, because until I get 1,000 subscribers, I can't use my phone to just, sit and record me playing Fallout or anything, so... Yeah, hello. Alright. Looks like my sound's functioning well, so... Oops, there goes my binder. RIP. Let me grab that. Yeah. Yeah, this is... Yeah. I got Harley Quinn, Rusty Cage, and a couple guilds, because I'm cool like that. Hey, thanks for checking my sound. Anyway. So, War of the Spark has brought us Amass, which, for my EDH players, is a really good new thing. So is Proliferate. Proliferate is really useful for... Amass and Proliferate combined is really good if you play Orzhov colors. That's actually... in standard, white and black are the most powerful right now. I still play Bant colors, though, because why not? This is the wrong deck. This is my Arcades deck. I currently have 3 decks built. I have Arcades the Strategist. I have Rakdos the Showstopper, which it used to be a Lord of Riots deck, but I just swapped the two. Because it's kind of a pain to get, what's his name was? Oh, Proliferate was in Scars, that's right. That's right, it's not Amass is the only new one that I know of. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, Scars of Mirrodin, I think. Yeah. This one is first out. Also, cute sleeves. Now, today I might actually teach you how to make your very own Amass deck. First, you get a commander that has to do with zombies, like Gisandra Elf. That has nothing to do with tokens. Your tokens don't affect this at all. The more zombies you have in this deck, the better. Personally, the cards from War of the Spark I've added include Sorin's Thirst. I didn't sort this out because I planned to go live at 8:30, not 8:15. They got both the black and blue God Eternals. Work pretty well in this. So God Eternal Kefnet. And the thing is, when you get out your commander, Gisandra Elf, or however it's pronounced. Zombie. Yeah. You cast a zombie from your graveyard, and that could be the zombie gods. So that's pretty useful, like, especially if somebody else mills. The only counter to this deck really is Rest in Peace. And of course, Gisa. Alright. Thank you. Thank you, comment section. Anyways. Yeah, Kefnet's Monument makes blue spells cheaper. And I have the Bantu's Monument as well. Another staple to this set that I happened to get in a pack when I bought an M19 booster box was Death Baron. 3-drop. Other zombies and skeletons I control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. That's really good in this deck. Sanguine Bond, to go with Sorin's Thirst. Dark Ritual, because this is a necessity in any black deck. Swamps. Essence Harvest, that's from Avacyn. Scrapes and Skin Drake, just some flying. This is just a mix of cards I got from War of the Spark, other things I've pulled, and my original modern mill deck I had. Tavriel the Shadow, Rogue Shadow Mage. I haven't ever drawn that when I've used this deck, but that's another from War. Same with Eternal Taskmaster. It's another Master, sorry. Here's an enchantment from Hour of Devastation that works really well. I just realized. Looks like that. Torment of the Scarabs. Enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. So it's like Theater of Horrors, but not as good, and it's cheaper. Yeah. Oh yeah, about the Sanguine Bond, it would good. It definitely, I know it'd be good if it had Exquisite Blood, but I don't have that kind of money. Drake, Liliana's Elite. Lots of Liliana cards, really, but this is perfect for the mill. It gets +1/+1 for each creature in your graveyard, so for all the shit in here that's not a zombie, you know, it gets boosted. Compelling Argument, it's just a mill. Kind of a replaceable card. Liliana, Death Wielder. It's not the best Liliana Planeswalker, but there's a reason why I have her in here. Besides the fact that it's Liliana, you know. Vizier the Scorpion. Zombie tokens you control have Death Touch, and when it enters the battlefield, you amass 1. This is an important key to the deck. Murderous Compulsion, just another murder, basically. Lens. Skeleton that you can regenerate. Toll of the Invasion is fucking great because it costs 3. Your opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land for them to discard, and you amass 1. Cradle the Accursed because you can tap 3 and sacrifice it to make a 2/2 zombie creature token. Activate that ability only time you can cast a sorcery. Again, the whole entire Amonkhet block, War of the Spark, any of the Innistrad blocks are pretty valuable to this commander deck. Dismal Backwater, of course, you know, the blue-black tap land to gain a life. Same with Jor-El, Refuge. Reliquary Tower because it's a commander deck. Stitch Drake because, you know, that's something Stitcher Jor-El made. Or Her Elf, I don't know. They're the white stripes to me. Okay, another one from this set. K is Ghost Form. Enchant creature, Planeswalker, and when it dies or is put in exile, you return it to the battlefield under your control. Yeah, it's basically Gift of Immortality, but only for a turn. Dissolve, because it's cancel, but foil. No, that's not why I have it in here. It's cancel, but you scry 1. So, fuck cancel. I know, I just got this demonetized. Oh, wait, I don't have subscribers to use the time I save. Just kidding. Unlike Slater Magic, I don't talk down to my audience or, you know. Seriously, I do not like them. I'm not gonna say hate, because hate on YouTube, you know. I'm sounding like him. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I'm just bitchy today. Fuck it. Bone Harvest. You want to harvest these bones? Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Tainted Isle. This was an expensive one. I got it at my local game store. You could tap it to add 1, or you could tap it and add blue or black to your mana pool only if you control a swamp. Really useful for when I'm just drawing swamps and I have a handful of blue spells. Moaning Wall. You know, it's when your roommates... never mind. This is why Oath of Liliana. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature at the beginning of each end step. If a Planeswalker entered the battlefield under your control this turn, you put a 2/2 zombie onto the battlefield. So the more Lilianas I have, the better. Oh, probably Tainted Mountain or something like that, or Tar Pit. I don't know what card would be the black and red version. Liliana the Dark Realms. Probably the best Liliana. I just picked her up for about $11. So that's a total of at least 3 Planeswalkers in this deck to go with Oath of Liliana there. Cogginick and Booty Hole. Flying Death Touch. And a Dimir Aqueduct because bounce lands. Empty the Pits. Drow Secrets is a nice 2-drop enchantment to get out towards the beginning of the game. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player mills 2. March of the Returned. For when you don't have Gisangerolf out, you return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. That's useful. Eternal Skylord's another one. It's a zombie wizard. When it enters the battlefield, amass 2 and zombie tokens you control gain flying. So that with the one I showed you earlier, if I could find it. Probably not. It'll take me a minute. Oh, yeah, the Vizier of the Scorpion gives them Death Touch, and this gives them Flying. So you're just gonna... Sorry, someone just said something loud outside. It kind of spooked me. Yeah, zombies and mill, because it's the best. And if you reverse a spell back on me, guess what? But yeah, just imagine this deck has quite a bit of a mess in it. So just imagine like a 5/5 freaking zombie in your face. Death Touch. Sewer Shambler. It's a 3-drop 2/1, kind of expensive, but it has Swamp Walk and Scavenge. So this one's from Battle Bond. Target creature gets -3/-3 till end turn. Ice Grasp. Sovereign's Bite. Target player loses 3 life, and I gain 3 life. Oh. Excuse me. Who the hell is up here? Another God Eternal. Bond to you. Opal Palace. I don't have 2 of this in there, do I? I thought I just saw this card. I might be mistaken, though. I might have saw it because I was sifting through it. Okay, no. Got to make sure I didn't have a duplicate. Yeah, Watery Grave. And one from Return to Ravnica, or RNA. Ravnica Allegiance. Thirsting Shade. It is a lifelink 1-drop 1/1. You can tap 3 and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It's not a zombie, but it's just a nice little card, Yeah, I know, I need Urborg. Enhanced Surveillance. This deck does have a little bit of surveillance, so... another Amass, Even Eternal. It's just a 2/2 flyer that you amass 1. Enhanced Surveillance and Whispering Snitch. It's a combo from Guilds of Ravnica. Enhanced Surveillance. You may look at an additional 2 cards each time you surveil, and you can exile it to shuffle your graveyard into your library. Yeah, shovel. Whispering Snitch. Every time you surveil for the first time each turn, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain a life. Army of the Damned from Innistrad. If you're not a zombie player, if you don't know what that does. Infectious Horror. Yeah, whenever it attacks, each opponent loses 2 life. Pretty useful. Also, because Gisangerolf do not always put zombies in your graveyard, sometimes they put land in. That's what Crucible of Worlds is from. I bought a booster box of M19 and I got that in it. I was pretty happy. At the time, it might still be one of the most expensive cards in that set. Reassembling Skeleton, because Death Baron boosts skeletons and you can regenerate him. Oh, I decided to randomly buy a pack of Amonkhet, because why not? And that's how I pulled Kefnet's Monument and Fetid Pools. So I'm like, perfect. Oh yeah, and for the last but not least, Liliana's Triumph. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you control Liliana Planeswalker, each opponent also discards a card. And somebody is getting me an M19 Liliana in July. I'm pretty happy about that. I didn't even ask for it. You know who you are. Lonely Sandbar. It'd be funny if they called it the Lonely Island, but it'd have a boat in the background. Surveil 2, and then Notion Rain. It's kind of necessary for a Surveil deck. Ghoul Caller's Chant. You can return a target creature from your graveyard or return 2 zombies from your graveyard. Lotleth Giant. It's an undergrowth and it deals 1 damage for each creature in the graveyard when it enters the battlefield. Dimir Cluestone. Everybody knows what the Cluestones do. Dimir Keyrune. Herald of the Dreadhorde. When it dies, you amass 2. So, I mean, it's just swing with it. Don't regret blocking it. Now, this is the winner chicken dinner of the whole fucking thing. From Theros. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Another zombie every zombie deck needs, or at least all of them that aren't standard. Fuck standard. Anyway, when it enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. And then you gain life equal to all the life lost that way. And Sinister Sabotage, counter target spell and Surveil. So it's the Dissolve, but with Surveil instead of Scry, which I think in my deck it works better. And Retarded Centaur, Whisper Agent, Flash, and you Surveil when it enters the battlefield. Doomblade, every black player needs it. Murder, not even going to show you. The Elder Spell, I've never drawn this. Oh, I have Mausoleum Secrets. Thank you, James. I'm not sure what I would replace. I have maybe the Elder Spell here, but because destroy any number of planeswalkers and put 2 loyalty counters for each planeswalker destroyed this way. Dreadhorde Invasion, really good enchantment to have at the beginning of the game, where at the beginning of your upkeep you lose a life and amass 1, and then whenever a zombie token you control with power 6 or greater attacks, it gains lifelink until end of turn. I don't know. I'm not sure how I'd flicker or flash or whatever it is. The Grey Merchant, that'd be pretty fun though. Tharbog Revenant, that's a Skulk lifelink. It synergizes a little bit with this deck, but I think maybe this is what I would trade in for Mausoleum Secrets. Depends on the casting cost of Mausoleum Secrets. It's in my binder here, but my hands are full, or at least one is. Now they're full. Fontu's Monument. Enter the God Eternos, which is a really great sorcery for 2 blue, and a black. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 4... Or no, it's not enter the battlefield because it's a sorcery, but you know what I mean. When I cast it, it deals 4 damage to target creature, and I gain 4 life equal to the damage dealt this way. Target player mills 4, and then you amass 4. It's a really, really good, considering you don't just choose one of the 3, it is all 3. Fibblethip, I don't know what the hell he's doing in here. He must be lost or something. Wander in Death. Return 2 target cards from your graveyard to your hand. Doomed Dissenter is another good one, so yeah. When you have these cards that bring out things besides zombies out of your graveyard, you bring Doomed Dissenter, kill him, and he becomes another 2/2 zombie. It's free real estate. Servant of Termet. Whenever he becomes untapped, each opponent loses 1 life because it's inspired. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. And I think it's from the Journey into the Next set. Psychic Corrosion, of course. Bone Picker, Lord of the Accursed, and Gravedigger, which are all zombie cards everybody should know. Let me see if anybody from my Discord wanted to watch this today. My new phone background for my lock screen is Niv Mizzet Reborn, and I want to make a commander deck out of him. Oh, fuckboy's hitting me up on Messenger. Fuck off. I haven't got any messages on Discord, it doesn't look like. And I could put a link to my personal Discord in the description of this, so you can keep up with all the memes and stuff I post. Anyway, that's my first commander deck, and me and Rob, if you guys don't know who he is, he's just a guy that lives with me. Nothing else. Just kidding. Anyway, what we're doing is writing down numbers for each of our commander decks and then rolling to see who gets what deck. So we've faced this one against Maracades' deck, and we've faced his rat deck against his angel deck. So really, you can end up with your own deck or the other players. And we once we get a webcam, besides just the inside of the laptop here, we're gonna record it for you. Just do a little tournament. That'll be about 18 games. Alright, that's it for my Guess and Draw Off deck. Let me know if you have any suggestion edits. I do like the Mausoleum Secrets edit there. It's a good idea. Who am I kidding? That's a great idea. I need a real webcam so I could take pictures of my ass. Just kidding. Conjurer's Closet. I think I've seen that before. I've had that recommended for one of my decks. Anyway, this one, I got inspired by the fact that the format is called Elder Dragon Highlander. And of course, another card I pulled in my booster box was none other than Arcades, the strategist, one of the Elder Dragons. I've never pulled a Bolas, never bought a Bolas. Anyway, Flying and Vigilance. Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. So card draw power, first of all. And Wall Tribal. 3. Each creature with Defender or Walls assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, and can attack so it didn't have Defender. Which means it's not its power that's changing. It's when it attacks, it assigns combat damage that's equal to its toughness, not its power. So things that say creatures with power 1 or whatever, or 0, it's still affected, because just because it's attacking for 4 doesn't mean it has 4 as its power. Yeah, it's called Elder EDH because it's Elder Dragon Highlander. That's what I have a comment asking me. Tell me, do you know why Commander was called EDH? Yeah, Elder Dragon Highlander. It's a fan-made format where people just kind of based it around the Elder Dragons. I don't know. I haven't played Magic that long. Oh, hey, yay, got it right. Anyway, here is... Luckily, when me and Rob were playing my Dimir deck, or my, the Geese and Giraffe deck versus this one, good thing I hadn't drawn this, or he would have been screwed. Rest in peace. It's... Yeah, just exile the graveyards. They keep being exiled. It's like Ashiok, but for all sides. The new Ashiok. Angelic Wall. So that's a wall of flying. Titty. Thing in the ice. Frick, I forgot the name of the... Another Magic YouTuber called this the #1 defender. Overgrown Battlement. You tap it to end mana for each creature's defender you control. Basically Axebane Guardian, but maybe better. Fog Bank, because it can block something and not die. It's really fun comparing this with Brave the Sands. Growing ranks whenever during your upkeep you populate. I'll bring up why that's good later. So as you can see, I just have a shit ton of walls. Okay, I'll put enchantments here. Not sure 3 hits from a 7/7 dragon is definitely a win in EDH. Wall of Root. Oh, hey, 2 people are watching. Hello, second person that's watching. Besides James, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you for coming to my channel. There's free hugs. Yeah. Wall of Roots. It's an old wall. You can put a -0/-1 counter on it to add green. And you play it as mana source. Use it only once each turn. Which, oh, they left. Fuck. People always leave when I recognize that they're up in my little corner here. Gatecreeper Vine. From Return to Ravnica, it enters a battlefield. You can search for a land or a gate, which is perfect because this deck has a few guild gates. Because it's tricolor, it's Bant. Pride Guardian. When it blocks, you gain 3 life. Stalwart Shield Bearers. It's a defender and it gives +2, +0, +2. Darksteel Ingot, just because it's a 3-drop, you can add 1 mana of any color. It's Mana Geode, basically. It might be better. I don't know. Mana Geode's actually pretty good, especially in Sealed. Because I made the dumb mistake of playing 3 colors in pre-release. I'm just going to play Mono Red, and for the Core Set 20, I'm going to say Core 20 Blaze it. Just Mono Red. Cosplay Chandra again. X being Guardian. Yeah, you add X mana in any combination of colors in your mana pool, where X is the number of creatures with Defender you control. Yeah, that's a little better than Overgrown Paddlement, but it costs 1 more. Premier Captain. Whenever a creature with Defender blocks, you gain 2 life, or you may. Yes, Geode's better because you scry. Scry power. In fact, did I used to have one in my blue deck? I don't know. Obelisk of Bant. Mana rocks are pretty important to me in this deck. Oh, a land. It's Cheerio here. True. Darksteel gets better because it's indestructible. It just depends on the deck, I suppose. Ornithopter 0-drop, 0-2 flyer. It's just something, I don't know, it's just kind of neat. One of the few non-defenders in here. Sol Ring, because it's a commander deck. No further explanation needed. For lands, besides the basic 3. Breeding Pool and Botanical Sanctum. This is a really good one, because it comes in untapped if you control 2 or fewer lands. So if it's in your first hand, set that sucker right now. Breeding Pool, the Simic Shock land. Simic Signet. Another one from War that you have to have in this deck. If you don't, what are you doing? You have Hexproof with little Anakin here. He gives you walls. Red Bull gives you wings. Teo gives you walls. Bant Panorama. It's basically Evolving Wilds, but you can tap it for a colorless and then search for whatever. Burbs of Paradise. Not a defender, but it's Birds of Paradise. Opal Palace. This thing, you put storage counters on it. Store your stuff. Glacial Fortress. Selesnya Guildgate, Plains, etc. Azorius Guildgate, Temple Garden. Now here is one. I win a lot of games with this card, actually. It's called Wing Shards. I got it from, I think, Iconic Masters. Yep, Iconic Masters. Target player sacrifices an attacking creature and it has Storm. So when you cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. Yay. It's like they play a bunch of shit with haste and they're about to swing at you for game. Fuck you. Yeah, Rob fucking hates that card. Swan Song. It's a counter spell for 1, but they create a 2/2 Swan, but that's easily killable. I mean, it's only for enchantments, instants, or sorceries, but it's a thing that exists. Genesis Wave. It's towards the end of the game. They're trying to build an army. Tap all your shit for a Genesis Wave. And you get on my Google Drive or something. I'll make a list of these. Probably put them on EDH Rec or something. Clip Wings. Sacrifice a target creature or each opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. That's pretty nice. Here's another one I really like to win games with. Are you ready for this? James, I know you're watching. You're ready for this. Fell the Mighty is another one. Destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. The only thing is if I put it on one of my defenders, like say a 1/4, I can get rid of him. So Fell the Mighty, make him my target, kill anything with 3 or greater power. It's a win-win. if they have a bunch of stompy shit and they're about to swing for game. It's like, bye. It'd be better if it was exile, but you know. My stomach's starting to hurt. It's hot. It was only 70 degrees today, but I live in Michigan, so say you live like down south, like for you 70 is nothing. For us, it's like heat wave. Nature's Claim, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Its controller gains 4 life. Just fun. You can sacrifice your own artifacts, like if you don't need them anymore and you get gain life. I wouldn't sacrifice this. I would just tap the 3 and do its ability. Search for the lands and shit. Yeah, everybody knows what Burnished Heart does. Growth Spiral, Brave the Sands, Guys to the Archives. Anyway. Oh, you don't know what Burnished Heart is. It's sacrifice it. You search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. 3-drop, 2/2. Oh, you're being sarcastic. Growth Spiral. Really useful card. From the latest set, you draw a card and you can put land on the battlefield if you want. Plains, Brave the Sands. Fuck it. I'm just gonna write these down on ADH rec. But you guys get the gist of how these work. Basically, when they are about to attack, you wing shards or cyclonic rift them. This is just kind of a beginning on how to use these decks. And so I went on to look up Arcades and I found a video from Command Quarters, and that's kind of how I got my start on this one. But now I pulled a Cyclonic Rift. I didn't buy it. I pulled it because during the Guilds of Ravnica, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy a Return to Ravnica pack and just, yeah. I pulled that and some Worm Creature that was like worth a lot of money too, like $15. Signets, Walls, a Johnny, Gilded Sea, Fog. Oh yeah, Replicate. Create a token that's a copy of a target creature you control. The thing with that is anything that has an enter the battlefield trigger in this, or like Mnemonic Wall, where you can grab a sorcery back from your graveyard, or an instant. You grab this out of your graveyard after you cast it on Mnemonic Wall, and just keep making it every turn until you're tired of pulling this out of your graveyard, then you pull something else out. But then you just have infinite walls, and you just keep bringing it back to your hand. It's a really fun little thing. And of course, Doorkeeper if you want to mill your opponents. Here's Mnemonic Wall. I've had that a while. Selesnya Charm's another one that Rob doesn't like because... Actually, I just realized he probably doesn't want me talking about him so much on my YouTube channel, but I mean, like 3 people watch my videos. Anyway, target creature gets +2/+2 against trample until end of turn, or exile target creature with power 5 or greater. Yay! Get rid of the aggros. Or you put a 2/2 White Knight creature token with Vigilance on the battlefield. That's basically how I use that one. Yeah, I don't make the White Knight. I just use the... I'm exhausted. So I think this will probably wrap up today's video. What do you guys think about Modern Horizons? I'm not going to the pre-release because I'd rather sleep all day or, I don't know, drink. Why not? Oh well. Well, this is my quota of 1 video per month. I will see you guys on July 6th or so. Yeah, boxes are fucking expensive. I used to say that I buy every a box of every set, but I'm not going to include, the modern and masters types of sets because I can't afford that. So really, it's just every standard one. Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Have a good one.